Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today I would like to show you some basics about how you can do some simple mod. So for an example, today we're going to be making a mod that removes the restrictions for Regiments of Renown. As you already know, this is, well, something already limited by a base game where you can only have one of each regiments. Well, today we're going to change that. So in order to make a mod, we're gonna need some basic tools to get us up and running. So what you're gonna need to get, let's begin at the Steam. So when you go to your Steam library up here, well, as you can see, there is a bunch of stuff. First and foremost, what you want to do is click up here where it says Games or Games and Tools. Make sure the Tools checkbox is actually enabled, because what we're gonna be searching for here is a tool that is called Warhammer 3 Assembly Kit Beta. I have it already downloaded, but what you're gonna see here, you're gonna need to hit download or install button, which is gonna be here instead of the launch. That thing has like 1 gig, so it should be fairly quick download. Once you have it installed, there is no need to open this. You can forget you even have that. We are done with Steam, so let's get out of here. And what you're gonna need is RPFM, which stands for Rested Pack File Manager. This tool will allow you to open the game files and create whole new game files. So let's say you want to make a patch, you want to make a mod, well, this is where you go. So let's search Google for RPFM. You're gonna find this first link, which is for GitHub. Here you can see the maker of the RPFM Frodo, so let's hit that link and scroll down until you find this, which says downloads here. Let's hit that link and you get the first one right over here where it says Windows. Alright, so as we can see, it's downloading. I already have it, so we don't have to wait for that. Now, what is this RPFM and how to use it? So once you download that zip file from the GitHub, you're gonna see a bunch of stuff, right? So let me show you how it looks like. I already have it here. So you get a folder with a bunch of files, just Control A or hit extract to make some folder for it. And yeah, once you extract this archive, you're gonna see right here. This is what you want, rpfm_ui.exe. This is how you open this tool. You can also right click with your mouse, drag it to the desktop, and you can hit create a shortcut here. That way you can always have it at hand. Now let's get using this tool. So once you open it for the first time, it could be a bit intimidating, and this is what I wanted to show you. So once you open it for the first time, there's gonna be some update. You're gonna want to update every time you see this. No questions asked. There is an update, always update. So let it do its thing. Now, depending on how big is the update, this can usually take like 1 minute. As you can see, schemas are updated, so let's press OK. Now, as we already have downloaded the Warhammer 3 assembly kit, one thing you want to always make sure you do, if you will not be asked about dependencies, first time you open this tool, you go here. So you can see there is a special stuff right on top. You go to Warhammer 3 and you hit Generate Dependencies Cache. What this does is pretty much gets all the stuff from the assembly kit and makes it available for this Rested Pack File Manager. So, do you want to create dependencies? Yes. Alright, so let's let it do its thing. This again, as I said, may take like 1 minute. And in the meantime, let me show you the mode manager. So here, this is the mode manager that I'm using. It's the one that's made by PropJoe, and what I like about it, well, bunch of stuff. Let's begin by, well, right-clicking over the mod. So let's say, let's pick Evil Tide Trait. When you right-click over it, you're gonna have a bunch of options. What I like the most is Show in Explorer, which will become very helpful later. Oh, as we can see, RPFM Tool is already generated the cache. Great. Now let's close it. Let's go back to the mod manager. So I was asked recently to create a mod that will remove restrictions from OVN Lost Factions Arabi mod. So first, let's open it. You can right click over the mod. As you can see, Open in Explorer will open the location where the mod is located. Now double clicking that will open Rusted Pack File Manager and allow you to see the contents of the mod. Now what we are looking for here you can see this is the mod itself. There is a bunch of stuff inside. What we're going to be working with most of the time is this DB, which stands for a database. Inside of this we have everything. We have skills, we have items, we have quests, we have, well, everything, pretty much everything you may want to find. And we're going to be altering the units. If you want to make changes to the unit capacity, for example, you want to go here where it says main_units_tables. And inside of this directory, there is just one folder, so we go with it. So it will open like a big, well, it's almost like an Excel sheet in a sense. And what we are looking for here, so you can see here are the individual units that are provided by this mod. Here, if there are any building requirements to build them, for example, Forge, if you want to add units for the Empire and also have them require Forge, this is where you put this. And the campaign cap, this is what we came for. Here, wherever you see like any number that's 1 or higher, that means that this is the limit how much or how many of these units you can have at any given time, right? So if in this case it's 1, this means you can only have 1. Once you recruit it, you cannot recruit anymore. If it says -1, this pretty much means that it is unlimited. Nothing to worry about, right? So unlimited Regiments of Renown. Now, how are we gonna make all of these Regiments of Renown unlimited? Well, I show you where you can find it. Now let's make that mod that will allow us to change this. The way how I used to do it is just using that nice shortcut we have made to our desktop, double clicking it. You click pack file and new pack file. This mod is gonna be a patch. So what the patch needs to have is a dependency. So we go open and open dependency manager. What is this? So we are patching a mod. In order for this patch to work, it needs to be able to find the mod we are patching. So here we have a directory with ovn_arabi.pack. This is the file that we are getting this is the file that we will be patching. So as we copied the name, even the .pack, we go back here to dependencies manager and we're just gonna paste it here. That's it. Now we need to save. So save pack file, and we need to give it some name. I once again recommend that you just Ctrl+V or right click and paste. And here you're gonna see what is the name of this mod. Now, another important thing, when you look at the mod manager, you see many mods are doing these, well, symbols or special signs in their names. Now, let me explain why. Whenever you want to patch a mod, if you want to patch ovn_arabi.pack, you need to create a file that will be sorted higher. It needs to be above it in order to work. Whatever is higher wins, and whatever is higher overwrites the stuff that's below. As we want to overwrite how many units we can have in our campaign, we're gonna need to be higher. So the easiest possible way to achieve this is just add at least one exclamation point in front of the name, and this will make it sort higher than the actual mod. And then maybe make it a little bit personal, like how I like to do it is just slap patch hammer into the name and call it a day. So here we have one added exclamation mark, we have a mod name, so we're gonna know, okay, I know what it is, this is a mod for Arabic, we're gonna save it. And we just close this RPFM window. We close the mod manager as well. And we can open mod manager once again. Here, after scrolling down a little bit, we're gonna see here is our patch. We can right click on our patch and also open it in RPFM right from here. All right, so the patch exists. Now let's make it do something. When you look down below, you can see that there is a dependencies. These dependencies are game files, assembly kit files, and parent files. Parent files will only show up after you will do what we have just did. That is to add a mod as a dependency. Now we can expand parent files, going to the database and scrolling down until we find main units tables. Here, this is where we've been looking at, and here is where we can see the campaign cap for the individual units. So what we can do is simply right click OVN Arabi, whatever is here, and click import. And now everything we have seen in Arabi mod is inside of our patch. So everything in our patch will win over whatever is here in Arabi. We don't want to change everything though. We only want to change Regiments of Renown. So what I would suggest that we do, you can click here where it says campaign cap to sort this. Low numbers go first, high numbers go all the way down. So let's just scroll down, and here you can see every single unit that has a cap. You can see also units with a cap which is 0. The reason why it is 0, it is because those are Tomb Kings. Tomb Kings have these mechanics whenever they do certain actions or research some technologies, the game will allow them to recruit, well, more types of the units, basically, or bigger amount. We don't have to do anything with these Tomb King stuff. What we came for is only these Regiments of Renown stuff. So now delete everything that is above our Regiments of Renown. Simply click here above these ones and drag your mouse while holding the left key all the way up. Now right click, delete row, and we've missed one. Now we only have Regiments of Renown and Khemri Worship, or whatever it is. Now, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna change the campaign cap by simply double-clicking, and you can type -1. You can copy that by right-clicking, copy and copy, or simply Control-C. Highlight all these ones, and then we're gonna paste. Bam. Unlimited units. What's next? Well, we need to address one more thing, which is kind of important. Excuse me. So you can see here, main units tables is called OVN_Arabi_only, and our table shares the same name. What will happen if these two tables share the same name? Whatever you have done here will delete everything Arabi has in their mod So you could cause an issue where you would only have Regiments of Renown and nothing else. And we don't want to create problems, right? So what I suggest that you do is right click here where is the name of, well, we call it tables, so let's call it table for sake of consistency. Right click on the table you have just made, click rename/move, and let's give it some name. And how about we call it the same like the mod itself? So exclamation point patch hammer underscore ovn underscore rb underscore only. Here, again, one more thing that's important here, guys. As I was mentioning about these special characters, that you need to always be higher in alphabet than original mod in order for your patch to do something. It is also something you need to mind here. So the name of the mod and name of these tables, they always need to be higher in the alphabet than the actual mod. Easily achievable by adding as many exclamation points as it takes in order to get higher. And that's it. We have made the mod. So let's hit pack file. Let's save pack file. Okay, so we have our mod, and our mod is saved in a Warhammer 3 data folder. It's right here, patchhammer underscore ovn underscore rb.pack. Now, the next thing you're gonna need is a thumbnail, because you cannot upload to the Steam Workshop without one, so we're gonna make one. Now, it's completely up to you what tool you pick to make one. You can use Microsoft Paint, you can use GIMP, or you can use the Photoshop. In the Photoshop, I already have like a thumbnail templates that I like to use, so I already have it made here. Then, as said, this is completely up to you how it's gonna look like. Just make sure to distinguish your thumbnail from the main mod, as well, you don't want people to get confused about which mod is the main one, which mod is the patch, etc. Now, when it comes to the thumbnail, you want to mind two things. You want to be mindful of the file size, because your thumbnail cannot exceed 2 megabytes in size. And your thumbnail should be in PNG format. But just to keep the file size low, I like to save them as JPEG. And I usually place the quality at around 75–80% just to keep the file size low. Then I just hit export, right? So we're gonna save it as whatever .jpeg. And then we're gonna go back to our Warhammer data folder. Here we can see our whatever JPEG file. And now, second important thing is, you want to copy the name of your mod and rename the thumbnail to have exactly the same name. That's done. And the second thing we have to take care of is the file extension, because you cannot upload JPEG as a thumbnail. It needs to be PNG. So we just replace the .jpeg with .png. It's simple as that. And yes, we really want to change that. Now we have a mod, we have a thumbnail. One cool thing you can do, if you find a GIF or like an animated picture, you can simply change the extension from .gif to .png, and that way you can have animated thumbnails, which is also super cool. So now we are pretty much done with data folder. Speaking of a data folder, before you even try to upload the mod you need to place it to the data folder, otherwise the game will not be able to find it. And now we go to the Warhammer 3 launcher. We click the mod manager over here. Right on top you can filter by all, but we're gonna filter by your mods. And we're gonna scroll down until we find the mod that we have just made, which is exclamation point patchhammer underscore ovn underscore rb.pack. Next to it, you're gonna see this little blue folder icon. Just click that. Pick the category that best suits your mod. In our case, it's gonna be units, and hit upload. Here, some boring legal mumbo jumbo nobody cares about, so just hit accept. And just give it a second, right? Right on top, in the top right corner, you're gonna see right here, successfully uploaded to workshop. Just in case you're gonna see something different, like error, a limit exceeded. If you're gonna see this, that means you have made too big thumbnail. So you need to do a little bit of compression. This is whenever you go above 2 megabytes in size. And after you uploaded your mod, you want to go to the Steam workshop. So you can go to Steam, my profile. I already have a link here, so I just click on my workshop. And there it is. This is the mod that we have just uploaded. Currently it's hidden, so you have time to create some spicy description, give it some custom name. So right here you can click edit title and description, and well, you can go crazy here. But most importantly, whenever you are making a patch, not to confuse people, you want to go down here to add/remove required items. Because our mod requires OVN Arabic. So we're gonna go here, subscribed items, and we're gonna search for OVN and pick Arabic. Hit save and continue. And down here you can see it now requires items OVN Lost Factions Arabic. The mod is pretty much done. Last thing, all it takes is just click change visibility and make it public. That's it. You have made your very first mod. I hope you find this guide helpful, and see you again with the next guide that will be probably about patching broken stuff. So, Russian out.